I have never been this bullish invested in Tesla ever before. You see, guys, I started investing in Tesla, going all in since 2020. Once they started to become profitable, I was very comfortable buying the stock. And I started accumulating every single year from then till today with the goal of holding out until 2030. Whether it 10x's, 20x's, goes down 50, 60, 70%, which it has done over the past few years, I'm diamond handing it until 2030 because it's a long-term investment. 5 to 10 years is what I see what a long-term investment is, but I want to go this whole decade of 10 years. So since 2020 all the way to 2030, not selling any shares, only adding and hodling. That's it. And for one reason only, I went all in. It wasn't because of the bots. It wasn't because of energy or autos or anything else. It was because of robotaxis. And now seeing robotaxis come to life, my God. You see, the stock right now is in the low 300s, mid to low 300s. I am comfortable buying in these prices because of the progress of what they're doing with robotaxis. It's coming to life. And this was a big risk. I made a whole post about it on X. You guys can go check it out. But it was a big risk. But I knew based on what Tesla was doing, how they were structuring the vehicles, how much data they were collecting, because that's not what a normal car company does when they put only 8 cameras to solve full self-driving using AI and collecting all that data. This was for sure for something bigger, and we're seeing it come to life now. So in this video, if you guys are feeling bummed out, if you're looking at Palantir, Nvidia, and all these other stocks, and they're like 5, 10, 15xing, and you're looking at Tesla and you're going like, bro, this thing hasn't moved for 4.5 years. Well, I think this video is going to help you a lot because I have never been this bullish on Tesla before, and our time is coming, and here are my reasons. So smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and let's go. So let's first talk about Tesla's moat, because Tesla's moat is, as a long-term investor, is very important to know what Tesla's moat is, because most people are going like, what is Tesla's moat? You see other car companies or other, companies making, self-driving cars, Waymo and all those things, and all those humanoid companies are doing all these things and all that. Where's Tesla's moat? Everyone's doing what Tesla is supposed to do, right? Right? So anyways, this is Tesla's moat, and I wrote it on X, saying that Tesla's biggest moat right now is the scalability of robotaxis globally. There is literally no second place that can deploy and scale robotaxis with costs as low as Tesla. Nobody. Like, I want to know, just comment down below, what other company can scale robotaxis the way they are? Waymo's coming out, and they're talking about hundreds of Waymos in the next couple of years. Seriously, Tesla already has over 3 million, I'm going to say hardware 4 vehicles on the road that can, with the snap of a finger, even hardware 3 cars, even more, 5 million vehicles on the road, maybe more, 6, 7 millions on the road that they can instantly become robotaxis whenever Tesla wants to. Not to mention on how fast the expansion of robotaxis is already happening in Texas and the Bay Area. It's already much more than Waymo, and Waymo has started a decade ago. And Tesla is their area of geofence is much bigger than Waymo's in less than 5 weeks, 6 weeks. It's insane. Not to mention that every car that Tesla sells, they're pretty much robotaxis. So scalability is there. That's number one. And number two, deployment is already there. They just got to flip the switch. Like, this is already on the streets. Like, we already see Tesla, people who have Teslas and are using FSD, they're not geofence. They can go anywhere they want. And the robotaxi, FSD, their versions are months ahead. So Tesla can do it, but it's just for rules and regulation. They gotta go based on that. But once that's done and over with, guys, you know how much robotaxi is gonna be on the road? It's going to be insane. And that is the biggest moat. And I continue and I say that I would argue that there is more competition in the humanoid space than robotaxis. But when it comes to robotaxis, Tesla has already proved and continuing to prove that they can scale and deploy faster than anyone else, even with competitors that already have been robotaxiing for 10 years. This is the moat. This is the most precious moat for Tesla right now. The biggest moat when it comes to AI on the road, this is it. There's no Chinese company that does this. There's no European company that does this. No competition or competitors of Tesla that can do this. This is what Tesla's been working towards for the past decade. And for people to catch up to them, it's going to be impossible. Waymo only has 100 million miles of data driven. That's it. Well, Tesla has 4 billion and counting, because every vehicle on the road that Tesla has collects data. While Waymo, it's only that geofence area that they can. So the scalability is not there with these competitors, but with Tesla there is, and this is the biggest moat, and this is the reason why I went all in Tesla. And the fact that we're seeing this come to life, my God, we're gonna have an awesome, whenever this thing scales up and we can have it deployed, I think next year and the year after, that's gonna be an awesome couple of years. I'm trying to buy as much as I can until then. Not financial advice, that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm very, very excited. Now, let's talk about 2026 for a second, right? Because 2026 is literally in like 4 months' time. Of course, not on January 1st, 2026. Things are going to change. Elon did talk about we'll see a big significant in the earnings in Q3, Q4 of 2026 because of robotaxi. And that's a very one big point that I do want to mention, that once the robotaxis do get scaled and start to make money, I mean, that EPS is going to go up. It's going to go up. It's going to beat every single EPS estimate moving forward until then, So I'm very excited for that. But let's talk about some interesting 2026 projects that Tesla's going to be doing. And I love it. But at the same time, even if half of these become true, I'll be happy. That's all I'm going to say. There's a lot of things being, piggybacked on 2026. For example, the Cybercab ramp is going to be a 2026 thing, volume production in the first quarter of 2026. So let's see if that actually happens or not. And, volume production would mean that either Tesla's going to start it first or they're going to do some pre-orders, because producing a robotaxi every 5 seconds, that is an insane amount of robotaxis. And I'm not too sure if Tesla wants to take care of all their Cybercabs first, or they want to do some pre-orders. If Tesla does, and I do think this may happen in the next couple of months, we may see Cybercab being pre-orders, depending on what the rules and regulations are going to be on that. But we will see. Texas already got a permit that they can use the driverless cars without anyone in them. So that's flipping amazing. And we'll see other states do the same thing as they keep going forward. But Cybercab ramp is a big one. But let's see what happens with that. What I'm more looking forward towards is the robotaxi expansion. This is massive. We're already seeing a whole bunch of job lists in different states and cities for autopilot supervisor monitors. Just, testing it out, making sure it's working well. Safety is number one. So that is really good. Another big one that I'm even more excited about is FSD expansion. Not just in the US, but in other countries. We see Thailand. That's going to be next. We see Europe massively regulatory approval. Maybe that may happen this month, next month, the red tape and bureaucracy, however long that's going to take. But once the EU is done, it's not just one country, it's a whole flipping continent. So that's going to be flipping awesome. We have India. That is probably going to come too. But again, that comes with the robotaxi expansion. FSD in Japan, Korea. This is the moat for Tesla. There's no other company that can expand their full self-driving services outside of their domestic market. I'm so excited. Outside of their domestic market. There's no one. That is flipping awesome. We also got affordable models that's going to be coming out in Q4 and scaling onwards. We have the Tesla semi-volume production coming as well next year, and as well as the Optimus scaling next year as well. So there's a lot of interesting things happening next year. And some of these things, not all of these things, but some of these things are really going to increase the EPS up and higher. One thing I do want to mention here is the affordable model here. And of course, I don't really care about the affordable models, but I think this is a very important chart that we should really look at. And it gives you perspective, because this increases the TAM for Tesla. And, the more cars Tesla sells, the more robotaxis are going to be on the road. And this also includes the Cybercab. As you guys can see this chart, shout out to ARC or to Kathy Woods for making this chart, flipping amazing. But at the moment, Tesla only has 1 to 15% of total market share because of their prices. Their prices range anywhere between 80,000 to low 40,000s or high 30,000s. That's 1 to 15%. Let's say average 10%. Now enter the affordable models, which is probably going to be in the low 30,000s. That is a 4 times increase in sales. And you guys can see the big jump in market share. On top of that, the Cybercab, which will be in the mid 20,000s, that'll bring the market share up to at least 50% and beyond. That's a 5x increase in sales. And not to mention that right now that Tesla owns 1 to 15% of market share, or that's the market share that they're selling in, Model Y is the best selling vehicle in the world. So really, that should tell you a lot. I'm excited to see what the affordable models is going to be. And we know one of them is the stripped down Model Y, maybe even a shorter Model Y. We'll see in a couple months, because they said that in Q4, that's when they're going to release it or debut it. So that's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. Now, on top of that, energy is one big one that I'm really looking forward to as well. Now, of course, my eye on the prize is robotaxis. The more I see expansion on this, that's what I care about. And that's what Wall Street cares about now too. They're like saying, okay, profits is whatever. We know that in the future, once you flip the switch, you're going to make a ton of money. So let's see you expand this, and let's see you go into more cities. We'll reward you for that until you're ready to flip the switch. Then we want to see the numbers, which I think the numbers are going to be phenomenal. Nonetheless, energy is a big game. In 2024, they finished the year a little over 10 billion in revenue, and gross profits was about a little over 2.5 billion. But this year, I'm expecting for that number to increase between 35 to 50% to 13.5 billion or 15 billion in revenue, and gross profits being over 3.5 billion in profits, which is insane. It's insane. You know, energy is one that we shouldn't neglect. That is a very, very, very strong sector for Tesla growing. And don't forget that we have the Shanghai factory coming in. That's going to double the output of energy storage, which is very, very important. And then we have the third factory coming in Austin as well, Megapack factory. I'm not too sure when that's going to come online, but that's another 40 gigawatt hours, which from today, that'll be a triple, which is insane. But one of the big reasons why I'm also very bullish is that I think Q2 earnings per share was a bottom. I do think that Q3, we are seeing strong auto sales, and we're also seeing robotaxi revenue coming in. So that's going to increase the bottom and top line. And Q4, we're also going to be seeing affordable models coming in as well. Now, that may be a little bit of a cash burn in the beginning. Maybe not so much because it's going to be on the same line. But nonetheless, I do think Q2 EPS has been the bottom until Q1 of 2026. I think that may lack a little bit. Maybe not as low as Q2, but not as high as Q3 also. Because Q1 is usually a quarter that they lack. But I don't care about this quarter, next quarter, the quarter after that. I care about when this robotaxi comes online, and we're literally 12 to 18 months away from that. Man, I'm excited. I'm bullish as heck. Here's the thing. If I wouldn't be bullish if Tesla didn't deploy the robotaxis. That would have been a red flag for me. I would be sitting back and going bro, what are you doing? You've been promising for 10 years and what's going on, right? But for the fact that Tesla actually deployed it, and now we're seeing in a couple cities, and now it's going to be in many cities by end of the year. Elon was talking about 50% of the U.S. population can use robotaxis, Tesla robotaxis. That's insane. That is insane. That's 170 million people that can use it. And next month is when it'll become public for everybody. This is why I'm super bullish, and this is why I'm buying more stock. Of course, there's other things, like I mentioned in this video, but this is what it is, man. I flip it. Love it. And you know what else I love? The stock price in 2030, because that's when I'm investing. That's what I'm holding out until, and then we'll reevaluate in 2030. But I brought CERN on to go as high as 2035, of course, going every single year, going to 2035 with the stock price, with all the sectors and everything. And it was a very interesting video. And I recommend all of you guys to watch this with popcorn, with a bag of popcorn, because it was flipping awesome. Every sector, we even have the numbers half and half again. The number is still crazy. This is why I love Tesla. This is why I'm all in. I flipping love it, and you guys will enjoy it. Sheesh moment indeed. Subscribe, guys. Become a channel member. Awesome content is coming, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Let's go!